Welcome back. Your favorite Barbie with all of the opinions is back to talk about some of my favorite people that I always have an opinion about. But yeah, welcome back to, should I start calling it something? Maybe like the House of Quinn or like Quinn Opinions. Yeah, Quinnisms, Barbie Quinnisms as like, my opinion. We'll call them Barbie Quinnisms.
Check. Okay. I just
I
put
like.
Barbie Quinn knows it all.
Oh, I do. Wow.
It's
I
like
do. Well, I mean, I don't know it all, but at least like I have a very strong opinion typically.
on everything.
And like it's not my fault if like a lot of the time it winds up being correct. That's just chance or, I don't know. Maybe this pink microphone though is like I'm really feeling it. I'm so excited. I feel more at home now instantly amongst the orange in here. But anyway, let's so my favorite is the Dan Schneider character that he is, because I feel like I've gotten so much heat for people thinking that I'm defending him, and I'm still not. Let me just say, like, I'm still not like pro him in any way, but like kind of here we go again when it's like, the severity levels of things that we're going to come out with. It's just like a 19-year-old girl, like to me, that's like not really a girl anymore. Like you're 19. Like, what are you doing sleeping over this dude's house? And like,
Start from the beginning, cause you all over the place.
what do you mean start at the beginning?
Of the story, like, cause it started,
Oh,
and then it worked its way up to that. Like, just kind of read, I guess what I sent you,
I know, but
and
like,
then we'll break it down. Like, we'll go over bits and pieces of it, cause each of
Okay.
it is like different steps of like horror.
I don't know. I don't really think that like the beginning things were that bad. So maybe that's why I skipped over them. I'm sorry, but like I'm
The
gonna,
whole
like show
animal,
like watching porn.
Yeah,
Okay.
not just regular.
No, but like, yeah, I don't know why that almost seems like sillier to me.
Oh, that's silly.
No, it's just strange. Like I don't even know what that like I don't even know. I don't know. The whole thing strange is the main point. But also like where is like the parents, like what's going on? Like why is like everyone so afraid to speak up or say something if something weird is happening? Like what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? That these children like have like literally nowhere to go. Is that what we're saying? Like all of them felt this way. Like what kind of environment was that like creating to make all of them, like not one person's going to speak out when it's actually happening? Like that's, I don't know. It's just like so strange to me. Like how could it be that like nobody was going to say anything ever in the moment? Like there's not very many instances of that. Like someone actually like speaking out in the
Drake Bell
moment.
said something. He got the dude locked up,
You're right.
but everybody was still in support of Brian Peck, so they were covering up for. All right, so let's go back to the DM. I guess you just don't feel like reading today. So 2 months, and this is the big girl who's on the thumbnail. She was in all that in the middle '90s.
She has that. She has that like '90s female.
Still, yeah. Oh,
look.
she's stuck in
Yes.
that character. Like she hasn't escaped it because that was basically her character look.
Right. Yeah. No, the look was definitely a thing that she just like got like bigger and older, I think, but like stayed the same person.
So
Like, did she do anything after that or
no?
no? And
Probably
like that was
'cause
how many years? That was like how many years ago? Like,
95. So the article says 2 months after Quiet on Set, the dark side of kids TV brought new allegations against Dan Schneider. All the alum, Lori, all that. That's a little
Listen,
tongue
dude.
twister.
I can't
I'm
with
on
you.
the bong too.
See, I
Hold
know.
on, hold on.
This is why
Let
I
me just get
shouldn't
to
have
this
brought
first
the
part. All that alum, Lori Beth Dinkenberg, which is just a crazy name
Which
in
like
itself.
also like like how I hate to be like stereotypical, but like of course that's her last name, man. Like of course that's her last name, and I know that you were thinking it too. So fuck off.
All right, is coming forward with their own claims about the former Nickelodeon producer. Dinkenberg, 48, claimed in an interview with Business Insider that Schneider alleged abuse began around her 19th birthday. So it did start.
Yeah,
I guess at her 19th birthday in 1995.
Yeah, like I don't know. What? Like what?
So at the time, she alleged Schneider, who was
And like
then the head writer of all that, asked her for a meeting and showed her clips of pornography on the computer. So that's where it first started.
yeah. No, I know. I know.
I
know how it started. But like it ended almost in the same place. That's what I'm saying. Like he never like raped her or anything, right? Like so it was just like a porn thing a couple times or something, or like a massage or something like that, right?
I think that stuff escalated.
Right. But she was 19. So like I don't know. I feel like they have to be taught, like we have to do something like where they have to be taught by that age. Like I just feel like someone in that industry, like at that age, should already know how to assess situations and like how to get out of them. Like you have to protect yourself even more. Like why by 19 can this grown ass woman not be able to, walk out of the room if he just like puts porn on the TV? Like what is going on? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
am I missing something? Like that's like kind of wild to me. I feel like if anything, I was tougher when I was 19.
Well, of course.
Like I had like zero, like, you know what I mean? Like it was like before I had like a child and stuff. Like now I try to like, whatever. But like, like there's no way I would have tolerated that at 19.
Well, they're thinking about the careers.
Well,
so if you speak out, then it's a good chance.
Well,
that
yeah, but it's like no offense, but it clearly didn't work for her. Anyway, it's like which, like, you know what I mean? Like what did she get out of this?
Well, for the time, she was doing good.
Yeah, for her short-lived performance, yes. No, listen, I feel really bad for her, like for so many things like happening, but like I don't know. I just feel like we have like bigger fish to fry, like when it comes to men, overstepping their power in the workplace over whoever their subordinate is. So,
all right. So it continues.
What is
this?
I don't know what that's saying to me. It's saying, listen, lady, there are more scandals than some Monica Lewinsky situation in a headband coming at us. Maybe that's is that?
Yeah, so really I'm just reading no because a lot of this is BS. It really was just a donkey. Because she said that I guess he never, they were not sexually intimate.
Right. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like also what's happening? It's bugging me out.
All right, continue on. I gotta change these batteries.
So you want me to just talk to nobody, or is something on?
Just talk.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah. So I'm really sorry. So donkey porn. That's a new one. I mean, I have to say like that I would not be comfortable. That's not cool. So I'm not like advocating for like people to just go out there and like throw donkey porn around. But like also like at 19, living in the industry, like you don't have the internet and stuff. I've heard of like weird stuff. Like why is like she trying to act like so sheltered at 19, being like on a famous like network and show? Like get it together, everyone. Get it together, women.
She was a kid, like though.
At 19?
I mean, she played like a kid, like a little, retarded. Kind of, they were like make fun of her basically.
I know, but that doesn't mean like she has to be like that in real life. Like, do you think that she was like that in real life? Like had some sort of disability? Or no? I'm not trying to say.
Maybe so. Boy was showing her, donkey. Like, why would you go to that type of,
Yeah.
Porn,
no,
like.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't know. If my boss called me into his office to show me donkey porn, like, best believe I would be marching out of that place, like, very quickly. That's what I'm just saying. Like, I don't know, like, who doesn't have that instinct by 19? If you're, like, able to, like, go to work and drive and, like, take care of yourself, how do you not have an instinct to just get up and leave the room? Like, did he force her in the room? Did he tie her to the chair? Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, what? What's happening? What is he saying about it?
What's
his side of the story? There's always two sides to the story.
Well, he recently filed that lawsuit against Quiet on Set, so I think these allegations is kind of going to hurt his case a lot. Because before he might have had a case, but now it's like, and then she was 19.
Yeah, so
maybe
she's
his
of
case
legal
wasn't
age,
hurt.
and like there, I don't think he was like forcibly aggressive. So like I don't even know what they would get him in trouble for. Not to say that, like, again, not condoning his behavior, but like what's happening here with that, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's why it matters that she's 19 when it happens to me. Like, what are they what would we, like, what are we going to do? Just like pretend the law doesn't exist? Like, we can't do that. I'm not saying I agree with the law, but it is what it is. So we can't just start like not, following certain laws willy-nilly, it's just like, oh, that one doesn't really make sense. So, let's still like get him in trouble just because we don't really like him. Like, no, and I'm just saying that in case, like, just because like for me, one of my biggest like fears is being wrongfully like accused. Like, I don't know, like I just like am very, maybe because I'm like an empath, but like people that are like wrongly accused, and like whenever I watch a documentary, I'm always just like so shook. Like, it just sounds like the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Do you know what I mean?
Is what, an adult touching you?
No, getting wrongfully accused.
Oh yeah.
And like incarcerated. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I got stuck in jail for a long weekend because it was like a holiday and I couldn't see the judge. So I got like, it
was the weekend when you go on a Friday,
and I was, and like
Monday.
5 days, like
5 days.
Yeah, it was like Easter, dude, where they have like the extra days because it's like Good Friday and all that stuff. It was just very,
it was a weekend.
It was very inconvenient timing to get a DUI.
Well, how was your time in there? Let's do a quick side note. Prison stories.
What?
With Barbie Quinn.
No, what? No.
How was your time in prison?
It was not great. It was not, I mean, it was better. I survived. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, 4 days in Linwood in LA, like, is like
so you
scary.
went to jail in LA.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it was
where
scary.
The gang originated. So it was hardened gang members in there.
Let's just say, like, I was definitely like the only person that looked like me in the prison. That would, I'll say that. But like, yeah. So, yeah, the scariest part probably for me was when we had to transfer, like, on whatever that is, and I had to walk by like the men in chains to get to the back of the bus. And it was like, okay, cool. This is happening right now. I'm just going to have to do this. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? I have no choice. I have to go walk to my seat. Like,
yeah.
It was terrible, dude. It was terrible. It was literally terrible.
Well, how were the girls? Did they like one of the dykes come out and stake claim to you? Like, this one mine.
Not really. There were two women that definitely like helped me for sure, because it was like I got to transfer to actual like to the prison. And at that point, like, you just have to like go into survival mode. Like, I don't know how I'm going to be received here. Like, I'm in my 20s, like with like platinum blonde hair, like running amok, like in LA, like probably still have my club makeup on from when I was originally arrested. Like, I don't even know.
On full
Do you know what I
Guido
mean?
mode.
Like, and I'm just like, what?
On full Guido mode.
No, Guido mode. Fuck off. Ew, I can never be a Guido. Absolutely not.
Yeah, you could.
No.
You could.
No.
I can see you on Jersey Shore.
Oh my God! How dare you take that back?
You're that kind of.
Take it back.
Aren't you? What is that, Italian?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
I know, but like, I don't need to like lead with that. I mean, whatever. Next topic. Anyway, yeah, prison sucked. It was terrible. And so like, maybe that's why I have so much weight into not being, in jail. If you are really a good person.
Was you in like general population, or like how was the cell and the bunk arrangements?
Oh, it was not great. No.
Was it like an open, there's bunks everywhere, or was it a jail cell?
It was a jail cell. I had one roommate, Hildy. Anyway,
the whole time?
She was like, oh my God, I think she was like 65 at the time. So I wonder if she's still even alive. Shout out if she is. Because she was like so cute. It was this like older woman that like kept getting arrested for prostitution.
Oh.
But she was like 65 and she was just like so sweet. But like, so she was like my roommate and just like kind of slept a lot. And I was like, that's out of all of like my options, like this is great. This is awesome. Jackpot. Like I really did.
She ain't trying to pull nothing on you?
No. Oh my God, no. She was like super chill. So it was like, yes, okay, sweet. I can totally get through this.
Yeah. Jail is easy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, what's stuck with me forever, and like I don't know if like the racial divide felt stronger then for some reason, but I just remember like this one Black woman that was sitting next to me in like the smaller transition room. And she was like, you know, as you get transferred, just keep in mind that the Blacks are your friends and the Mexicans are not. And she just like said that to me and then like handed me like this book. And I was just like, and like, I had to go out the room, like literally like chained up because she was going to go see the judge and I had to go get transferred like to Linwood. And I was just like, that stuck with me for some reason. I'm always just like, oh my God. Like, so like now I have like anxiety that like for some reason I'm just disliked automatically by the Mexican community. And I hope that's not true. But like she instilled this fear in me. You know what I mean? I was like, I have no idea. Like, do I have to like make that kind of decision? Like, I guess I do.
You gotta make decisions.
No, I know. But it's like, I don't know. I didn't like think I'd actually be like experiencing that, like, especially in a big prison like that too. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Yeah, it was a pretty wild experience. And I know that like, there's probably people that I recognize that it was, you know, 4 or 5 days. It was not, you know.
It's your story.
But.
You survived it.
But I did survive it. That was the first time I got arrested. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, you know, anyway, I survived all of it. So let's keep Barbie Quinn free and thriving on the streets.
How was the shower time?
I actually did not shower. I figured
you didn't shower for 5 days.
No, I chose not to. I was like, I figure I'm going to, because you can still go to the sink and stuff like that. Like, but I was just like, I can go. First of all, I'm a festival junkie. Like I have been like, you know, at EDM shows without showering longer than that. Do you know what I mean? Like I can survive that. Okay. I don't know if I can survive anything else that might happen in the shower though.
We call it a whole bath.
I don't really want to participate in that like unwillingly though. That's the problem. You know.
All right, let's go.
But yeah, I can't believe I even just told you that story, to be honest with you.
No, that's hilarious.
Oh, hilarious? I don't really think it's hilarious, but I guess it is kind of. It's kind of hilarious that happened, but anyway, it was wild. I like totaled my car. It was bad.
Did you get a DUI?
Yes, I got a DUI.
Oh, so that was for that.
It was like I didn't just get a DUI. Like it was like a massive car wreck at like a very busy intersection in Hollywood. It was terrible. It was so terrible. Like
anybody die?
No, thank God. Like I literally like pray to God every day for that. Like it was the first time I'd ever done something like wrong really, and you know, in life. And it's like, man, did I just like hit the grand slam of like horrible decisions? But it was like, not to age myself, it was before Uber and Lyft and like before even like taxis or any kind of like ride share was like, you know what I mean? You couldn't just like go outside and hail a taxi all the time. Like you had to like actually pre-book it in like an app, like or online. I don't even think there were apps actually. It was like, I had to get it like on my computer, open the web browser and like call a cab. So it's like we probably drove intoxicated or maybe, you know, after too many drinks because that's how you get around. Like, how are you going to get around LA without a car or some mechanism to actually, that was like back in the day though, like cops would like give us rides home from the club.
Yeah. That's like when like a certain color and you got a certain gender. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. To be fair, I will admit that probably helped my situation. I have no problem admitting that. But I will say that I was treated better in LA than when I got arrested here in Austin.
Of course, like, it's a Republican state.
It was like trust me, they showed no mercy on the color of my skin because I still looked like to them, like the way that I look like a heroin addict, crazy, you know, homeless person, or I don't even know. Maybe not homeless person, but like, you know, some sort of like weird druggy girl or something. You know, like they don't like they don't look at me like, as like a respectable like Republican citizen of their community. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just saying.
You look like a liberal, like not saying you are, but just like you Hollywoodish type of, and they don't like people who, you know.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't really like show any mercy.
And how was
there.
you talking to them?
I didn't even talk to them. They like they were looking for somebody else. Let's just put it that way. I had no idea like what was happening. Like, thank God I hadn't been drinking. So I was just driving somebody home, and I don't want to talk about it because it was like crazy. And I think that person may still be in jail. So I don't know what's going on, but let's just say I got out, obviously, and like didn't realize who was in my car.
Snitched.
No, they just pulled.
You a rat.
No, they just pulled me over. I didn't realize that they were even looking for him. It was my coworker's boyfriend. So I was just giving her a ride home. She's like, "Can you pick up my boyfriend?" I was like, "Sure."
They set you up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody really thought that the cops were going to follow through with like actually getting him.
You think they be playing or something?
I have no idea. I've never thought about it. I've never done anything that would warrant the police to have a barricade to like stop the vehicle I'm in. That's just I'm grateful in that way.
With the wrong people, that's what happened.
Listen, what am I gonna do? Like say like no, I'm not gonna drive someone or pick someone up or whatever. Like I was trying to be nice, but I don't know. Clearly, it all just like went wrong, and yeah, it was like wild. It was a wild experience. Like I felt way more like I had to be in an aggressive mode in like when I was in the Austin police station than. Yeah. You know, like I was on like high alert. Like I just, for some reason, when I got arrested in LA, I don't remember being like super wound up about it. Like I was just like, whatever, man. And like I probably should have been like, yeah. I can't believe I kept it so cool and collected when I think about it versus like when I got, you know, arrested here. I was just like, maybe because the first time I deserved it, you know, I did total my car. Yeah, whereas like the second time I was just like, what the heck? Like I was giving somebody a ride home and you know what I mean? Like this is crazy. It's like arresting an Uber driver because they didn't like know who they were picking up.
Oh yeah, when you didn't do nothing.
So I'm like, what? Like, you know what I mean? I can't like take responsibility for that. So I got pretty heated, and then I had to go into a room by myself. I was like, this is not going well. I was like, you need to calm down because this is not going well. But anyway, that's that. Enough about my records. I think I like paid a lot of money for like that to not even show up anymore. So good luck Googling that and fact checking that. Thank you.
When you cooperate with authorities, they give you different kind of deals.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I got a little mouthy at one point, but yes, for the most part, I did cooperate.
Oh, so you are a snitch.
No. I got pulled over and didn't know what was going on. They had to explain it to me, like what was going on. It's not my fault. I had nothing to do with them showing up. You can't listen. There are a lot of things you can mess around with calling somebody, and especially where I come from, like a rat or a snitch is definitely not one of them.
You're going to get dealt with when your people see you.
No. You are not going to build this fake news. Absolutely not. Hell no.
All right, let's so continue on Dan Schneider. So Victoria Justice is finally speaking out.
Speaking out. We've been waiting.
We have. Let's see what she got to say.
Are you really playing it right now?
Victoria Justice weighs in amid the ongoing controversy.
Let me turn this up.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody listen to this.
Yes. Turn it up. I'm getting old. I can't hear it.
Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider. The Nickelodeon alum speaks with Marie Claire in a new interview where she opens up about the fallout of the docuseries Quiet on Set, which investigated claims of a toxic workplace behind the scenes of some of Dan Schneider's popular Nickelodeon shows. In the new interview, Victoria, who starred on Zoe 101 and Victorious, says something that was very evident in the documentary is that Dan had a very large
Oh,
completely changed
I thought
my
it was
life.
19.
Most likely, I wouldn't be here where I am today if it weren't for him and for him seeing something in me. For that, I will always be grateful.
Oh, damn.
After watching his apology, I think he recognizes that he did a lot of things wrong. And I think if he could step back into a time machine, he would do a lot of things.
Is this person
differently.
okay?
He had previously addressed Quiet on set, issuing an online apology after some former child actors.
So,
Dude. So
like
he
she's
like
sticking up for him.
yeah. So like, who paid whom? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
so who did he have to take care of this one?
I think she just and like obviously he ain't touched everybody. I guess he ain't even touched a big girl. So I think maybe he was just a little a mean boss or a strict boss. You know what I mean? And
no, I mean, like, I don't doubt that he may have like done something he probably shouldn't have, but like at all. But like, I don't know, dude. Like it's just like not enough. It's like they just settled. It's like basically she was like, let me see if I can jump on this bandwagon and get some sort of reparations since I didn't get famous, because it's like kind of one or the other.
Victoria Justice, or she's what do you mean? She's super famous.
Is she?
Yeah, she had what was her show? Victorious was
The
her show.
creepy one.
Yeah, no, she was the star of the show. Victoria Justice.
Oh, not the large girl.
No, this is the we're done with the large girl.
I was gonna say like
the Victoria Justice has not said nothing, and she she was in some of the other shows.
She was in the show where she was like pouring water on herself and stuff.
That is Jesus Christ, that is
I'm not good with names. I'm more of a visual person. I have to like see the picture that you're talking about. But I know who you're like. I know the show. But anyway, so go on. So that was her talking right now?
Yeah. Well, that was somebody reading some stuff.
Clearly. But that was like her statement. Yeah, so I mean, clearly she made a deal with him. She wanted reparations, so
what reparations though?
I don't know. Maybe he made her uncomfortable in some sort of capacity.
Well, she didn't say that. She's just saying that he was strict.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's all she's saying. You just heard what she said.
Then why is everybody making such a big deal about it?
Because I don't think, like even the
I'm
black guys.
I'm sorry. Are we supposed to feel bad that her boss was strict?
But all the black people who were on the shows, they all had nothing but nice stuff to say about him too. Like they say he was extra nice, the all his black stars.
I mean, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, so I'm just saying though. So not everybody has.
So
like,
now we're
bad
complaining when everyone's nice too.
Yeah, apparently, because everybody wants to be against him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why we're surprised that like people aren't going to like jump on this, but it's like also if they were gonna like just maybe even make a little threat with him, like I'm sure he would just be like, here, like let's take care of this. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that was just like they don't have real evidence of like what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's just like what are they gonna do? Are they just trying to like make a settlement, like cause a stir because they don't like him? Because they didn't like, I don't know, have the best experience. Like,
yeah, basically.
Let's ask everyone now. Like, it's like you could just gather a pool of people in that industry probably and be like, okay, so raise your hand if this happened. And like, I'm like, are we going to go to that level, or should we just try to like really highlight the people that need to be stopped immediately? And that's obviously with children, and make cases so that we can just like stop it sooner.
And the thing was
like if we highlight like all these like other things, we're distracting from like ones that are way more severe that need to be stopped, that require more attention.
But that's
what bothers me like about it.
They had the opportunity when Drake Bell took not Josh Peck, that was his co-star, but he took the producer to court, and everybody sided with the producer who was molesting them. Like that side of the court was full versus Drake's side. Like all the actors, and they didn't say no names, but they said it was like real big stars that was supporting the producer who was molesting them. Yeah,
well, I mean, isn't that called like Stockholm syndrome? Like where you like start to just like almost identify with your like captive or molester, you like almost like somewhat like somehow like start to like idolize them. It's like, yeah, and you like think that this is like, you know, like you have to like then protect them. Like this is like a secret. Like no one can find out about this. Like I've heard that. It's really messed up. But I mean, yes, I've heard of that. But I mean, that's going to happen again. Like I wish I was surprised. I wish I was surprised, but like I'm not. Like, I don't know why we don't all understand that that's what was happening in the industry. That's like still probably what's happening in the industry. Like, why is everyone surprised? Like like we've been saying this for so long, and like, I don't know, like, why is everyone surprised? Like, it's like literally it's probably happening somewhere right now as we speak. Someone's being inappropriate in the workplace. So I don't know. It's like, what are we supposed to do? We can't be everywhere all the time, all at once. So we have to think higher level. Like, how are we actually going to stop it?
God,
he
sees all.
Well, that's true, but we can't just wait for God right now. You know, we don't know for sure when he's going to step in to really help.
If ever.
We don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else feels differently, but I don't know. That's for sure. I'm definitely not going to try to claim that I know. But I do know a lot of things, but that I don't know. However, I just mean like more as like a society, like what can we be doing to prevent it from happening? But anyway, let's just like talk about something else. Something like more lighthearted.
So your childhood crush, Eddie Winslow, has apparently...
Oh my... I was like, where are you going with this? I was like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't even know who my childhood crush is. Like, how do you know? Like, did you get in my brain? Like, who are you about to say? Eddie Murphy. Or no, Eddie Winslow.
So apparently him and trans porn video vixen Sydney Starr.
By the way, she's hot. I mean, I thought the picture I saw at least,
you'll date her?
No, because I'm just like very small. You know, I don't know. I like someone more.
You're petite.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Shut up. I don't want to talk about this with you. Anyway. No, I just mean like she, I assume she transitioned, like, I think beautifully. Like she really is hot. Like she, as a woman, like I think she's awesome. I mean, I don't know her personally or like, you know, what her personality's like, but what's the problem, I guess, is like what's the problem? She
still has that magic stick though.
Okay. I know. Okay. So you're saying like you're questioning now his sexuality. But
well, I mean, he basically pretty much came out when he was, kissing her.
Is that his, did he say like, okay, like I'm coming out, like now I'm admitting that I'm...
Well, if you mess with the LGBT community, that probably means, you're coming out without just saying it.
That's not true. I feel like more men actually experiment than they're willing to admit. I'm telling you right now, this, I can't tell you how I know, but I know, and just trust me when I say that I know that. No, I just feel it that to be true. I feel like I've experienced it in just like talking with people enough that I feel like it's true.
You have a lot of trans friends?
Yeah, I do. I mean, not like a lot, but like I just know I know people that wouldn't even consider themselves that, but like have just like a more open sexuality and like more, more fluid. They don't see it as like, a gender thing. It's like whether or not I want to sleep with this person in general, and they adapt to the anatomy of what that looks like. So I have seen that like for real. So I guess I have a different perspective. Do you know what I mean? So
you wouldn't at least consider them bi then?
I do, yeah. But
I mean, you can't say you're straight and you mess with, the same.
No, but you
gender.
can be like can predominantly prefer, one gender, or like if it was just one time because you wanted to see what it was like and then you didn't do it again. But then in the male community, yeah, like exactly. I would say it's different for females.
And that's crazy because there was this I forgot who said it, but they said like a girl, she can have a relationship with the girl and then later on get with the man and then have a family and nobody would consider her gay. But if a guy had like a relationship with a guy and then got with a girl and had a family, they would still consider him, gay or bi, or you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't look at him as fully straight anymore.
Well, who's they? Who's this like communal that we're talking? The people. the people society, I mean, I guess society at large, but I do think that like we are working together to provide a safer environment for people that just don't want to have like labels thrown on them. Like why does it matter? Like so much. Like why does everybody have to have like this distinction of like whether they're gay or not? Like what if they just want to be? Like can everyone just be? You know, because it's like throwing all these labels that gets confusing, because then if like everybody like keeps saying that he's gay, but he doesn't feel like predominantly like that's who he ultimately wants to be with or who his person's going to be, like why are we throwing a label at him and maybe confusing his potential partner? Like what does it matter? What does it matter? I don't get it. What's it matter? I mean, I am bisexual, so I guess maybe I'm biased in all of it.
Yeah, but it's different for girls.
But and I will agree. I will admit that like this is one of the areas, and you know that I have said this. I understand that there are double standards with females and males. However, I think that in general, like men have it a lot easier in like just like the anatomy, like the fact that we like procreate in the way that we do. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are a lot of things that you guys get away with, like not having to do. Let me tell you, as someone that, you know, like went through childbirth, trust me.
No, yeah.
Like, so if there are a couple things that we get here and there, like I say that that's like one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with you for sure.
Point for Barbie Quinn.
On that, but the Eddie Winslow stuff, I think is a little, you know. Like,
so you're holding firm that because he slept with a trans person that he's gay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it impacted his career fully. Like, I don't think. Also, like,
isn't she like the number one like porn star on OnlyFans, or do they consider those porn stars? But creator, know. Didn't you say that?
No, she just like.
Did I read that?
I know her from her doing interviews and just going viral and stuff. So
I can't remember now if I read it or if I'm making that up.
I mean, she might be in the trans world.
Or no. I think did they release a video or something on OnlyFans, and she was like, "Yeah, talking about." I know, but like, I didn't know if that made her. That's the part that like or if she was already big on OnlyFans.
Well, she just gone viral. Well, she gone viral for saying she slept with certain rappers and stuff. So
yeah,
that's what.
But it's not like one of those girls that's making like 150 million a year.
Nah. And who knows how how good her OnlyFans doing? I'm sure this is going to boost it.
Yeah.
Y'all family matters.
I mean, if he doesn't care, like he had to have known that doing that like would come out. So when he entered into that situation, he said to himself and to that person, like, I don't really care if this comes out, whatever. So, he had to have known. Yeah. He had to have known.
I'm just saying, like, what about your fans and like the cast? You know what I mean? Family matters. Like, you just don't consider none of them. Like, do what you do, but why you got to go to OnlyFans with it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go do your thing, in private.
I know, but it's easy to say, but I feel like everyone's entitled to like their own path.
He's no money.
Even if you don't like their path or you wouldn't take their path, they're still entitled to do it. You don't have to be their fan anymore. It's like people are going to change, and if you're going to base like whether or not you like somebody or your loyalty to a character or an actor or someone of their craft based on like what they do like in their personal life, then like it's like we're gonna start here because like let's line up all the cases of like where that's happening.
Let's start there.
Where?
All right, so let's go to the.
I don't know why it's very hard. I've noticed that it's very hard for me to just like right out the gate like agree with like what someone did in a certain situation. Like how many times have I actually been like, yeah, they totally did the right thing, like that's exactly what I would have done. I can't think of like any times I've said that. That's weird. Is that weird? Am I the one that's no? I just must be the really smart one, right?
Yeah, you know it all.
I do because I have the Barbie and I have the Quinn, and I'm an empath, so I can like see all of the different situations and all the different sides of the situation. All
right, so next topic, Cardi B is speaking out about, which we kind of talked
Yes,
earlier.
yes. I'm so excited about this.
Brand awareness, basically saying that a lot of brands, were saying that A-list stars like Cardi B are competing with influencers for the same brand deals. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
And most of the time the influencers are booking the brands because they can convert sales more than A-list artists. I think they're just good at it, and their fan bases, will probably do more.
They have it's funny is like, let's start there, because the influencers have larger fan bases than sometimes the artist. Like in some cases, but the fact that happens, like from a business perspective, that's probably why the brand would now use the influencer. So it's like, we can't really just attack the brand or go to it at the brand level. We have to change the movement of social media to highlight, the other things, or whatever it is that's going to drive like the actual behavior of the people and what they want to see. That's what's going to happen. So it's like, I get it. And I'm so glad she's bringing this up, because I think it's really sad that people want to listen to somebody just because of the way they look and not because they have experienced X, Y, or Z. I get it. Like, that's sad and that sucks. But like, kicking and screaming at the brand is not going to make it work. But like, I love that at least she brought it to the table, and like, now that we're talking about it, so like maybe we can come up with something that will work. Cause like, it's something that like I've thought, but never thought to say. And I don't know why, but like, I'm so glad she did. And I just like love her anyway. Like, just class act. I've always loved her and Nicki Minaj, and those are just, anyway, I'm so pissed I didn't go on Mother's Day. I
didn't even know Nicki was in Austin.
I know. I hate to say that, like, I live with regret, but like, I regret not going to that show. I was going to go just like by myself for Mother's Day. And then I was just like, I don't know. I feel guilty doing that for some reason. And that's why it's called mom guilt. And that's why it's really hard to be a mom. But that's like a whole nother.
Have you seen any pictures from the Oh Boy concert that was happening last week? Remember? The white dude, the show, he cheated on this girl. Forgot his name.
No, what?
You don't know the dang concert.
What concert?
Last week you were contemplating. Oh
my God. Wow. That was the
Schneider.
reference that you gave me? Oh my God. I was like, what are you talking about? No, Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, Tom Sandoval.
Oh my God. What the hell did you call him? I can't. I did. Okay. Oh my God. The Tom Sandoval thing. You know what? Okay. I regret two things. I regret not going to the Nicki Minaj concert, and I regret not going to the Tom Sandoval thing, because I wound up like not even like doing anything that night. Like, at least thought I was going to go home and get some shit done or whatever. It was just like, no. And then I was like, I don't want to drive all the way back up to like Cedar Park by myself, because like I hate driving, and it was Cedar Park, man.
How was did you see any content from it? Like, was it a success?
I didn't see, so I kept looking actually, and I didn't see him post the Cedar Park show yet. I just like, dude, I can't even like get the words out. Like, why is he doing his show in Cedar Park? If he was downtown, man, I would have been there. I would have been there to support.
That's the venue he can get.
I mean, he should have called me. I can get him a better venue. Tom Sandoval, if you're looking for a new manager or just someone to add to the team, a fresh perspective, let me know, because I can get you closer to downtown Austin if you prefer. Or at a minimum, the east side. Because he is rather like emo punk. I feel like that's, east side vibes. I know I sound like so terrible right now, but it's true. Everyone's like, yeah. It's not my fault. Do I dare try to hit the bong again, or do you think I'll die?
Try it.
I'm too scared to die on camera. Maybe if there were ice cubes in it, but I don't know.
What do you think about Gypsy Rose? Have you been following that whole saga?
No, but I know who she is. Tell me quickly.
Well, I mean, she's just a mess. Ain't really know.
I mean, it's like same. What is it called? Same thing, different day.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what
she
I'm
was
trying
the
to say.
girl who killed her mom, with her ex. It was kind of his idea. So he killed her, and then they came up with the idea though. So she did some time in jail, and she got out. She got married to a dude who's like a teacher, while she was in jail. So they started filming a reality show when she got out, and he was like a big dude, looked like Dan Schneider back in the day, probably bigger.
Why is that always the case? We don't like to listen. We do not like to label or stereotype anyone, but we haven't been wrong yet. Go ahead.
So they was together, married. Then she got a divorce from him, and then saying like he was too controlling. And then she like immediately started dating another guy, and I think they recently broke up. So like she's just been in this crazy whirlwind, you know what I mean, since she's gotten out of prison.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, it's like the what are those brothers that like killed their parents? Like, what if they got out? Like, it's like, what would even happen? Like, what would they even do? It's like wild to like even be in that kind of situation or scenario. Like, I can't even like imagine like what do you even do? What are you even thinking? Like, I'm sure like at some point like the shock of it all has to like die down a little bit, and then you're left with this reality of like, what just happened? Like
I killed my mom.
Like oh my God, like I'm like literally gonna like throw up at the thought of it. Like I as a mom too, maybe it's just like hitting me extra hard, but I'm just like, I cannot even like imagine. Well, I mean like obviously like because I'm not a murderer, but like even if I was like somehow manipulated enough to whatever, like I still can't. I can't even like picture, that happening or what that would feel like. It's like crazy. The only thing I can compare it to is like when I did get that horrible DUI in LA, like I totaled my car. Like it was a very busy intersection. It was like 1 a.m. and clearly like I'm sure I wasn't the only one on the road not driving great. There's like there was a large percentage that like when I woke up in the holding cell or whatever, that I had killed somebody. I didn't know. Like I got brought in like and just locked up. Like they didn't tell me anything. So I had to like literally be in there for 2 days not knowing if I had killed anybody. It was the worst feeling in the entire world because like obviously it was not intentional. And it's like how like what do you do if you just like wake up and are being told that, right? It's like, so that's just like a terrible thought in itself. Like, but to actually, intentionally or, like do it. Like mine situation was a bit different. Like I didn't mean to obviously do that. Clearly, why would I want to do that? But, hers is more intimate. But I can imagine like having so much like regret or something. And like, how do you even like deal with that? Because now you are like locked, like your life is over basically as you know it in so many ways. Yeah. Like so many ways.
Well, I mean, obviously now she's a Hollywood starlet. She got like super clout. Everything she does goes viral.
Yeah,
she
but like
money going shopping and
but is that gonna make her happy? Like, is that
when
you know what I mean? Like,
cameras are off, you gotta look at you in the mirror,
right? Like, I can't. And like, also, how is she out so quickly? Why did she not really get in trouble for this?
Yeah, she went to jail.
Yeah, but for how long? Because like if she's just like out like living her life, like living her best life, like how like did she really pay her dues here? Like how long was she in there? Like a hot minute?
I think she did like maybe like 10 years.
I mean, 10 years for killing your mother?
Yeah.
I would like to think I'm worth more than that.
I know, it's crazy.
That's terrible. That's like terrible. I mean, that's terrible. I can't even imagine.
Well, how you feel about Justin Bieber just announced his pregnancy?
Oh, I know.
But you know that he went viral like a week before for posting that video, a picture of him crying, like he was down bad, and then all of a sudden, Hailey's pregnant.
Well, maybe it was an emotional time for him, because he has been open about like having struggles like with mental illness and stuff. So maybe he was like good crying.
Or do you think it was like he realizing, dang, because I think he would want to like at least be back in the spotlight one more time as far as just music touring and all that.
But
maybe he's like,
he
dang,
will
I'm a
be in the
dad
spotlight.
now.
He will. No, he
and
will.
a different reason
This'll-
though for being a dad.
Oh, you mean so? Okay, so he's being robbed of his moment
Yeah.
artistically because
The child.
but he had to have known that, like, if they're trying or not trying, they had to have known that it would have been a possibility at that time. So it's
Maybe
like,
it's what
maybe
she
this is what,
wanted.
so you're going to blame, let's blame the pregnant woman for sure. Like, what do you can't? Like,
Well, I mean, they're both young. And I know he wants to do another album and stuff, maybe before.
He can still do that. He's a man. The woman, that's what I'm saying. The woman has to carry the load in the situation.
Yeah.
Who's to say that he
has
has the
9
means
months.
to have, like, whatever equipment, whatever he may
Yeah.
need, like, sent to him, put around him. It'll happen. It wouldn't stop him from, if he's, like, artistically feeling it, wants to produce an album, I'm sure he has the money, the means, and the talent to do so.
make it happen.
Like, to make it happen. He's like one of the few people that, in our pop culture right now that could probably do that.
Yeah.
I would say. That aren't just a trend.
But
That cross, like,
maybe his mental health ain't right.
I mean, is anyone's though?
I know.
Is anyone's really? And by the way, May, if you didn't know, is Mental Health Awareness Month. So and not that we shouldn't always lead with kindness, but maybe try to be more mindful about it this month. So show grace and kindness.
People don't care.
Why not? See, that's the problem. This is what I'm talking about when you have to get to the root of the problem. That's the problem. I care. I care about kindness. All right. But that was fun. It's been real.
Your last minute words?
Last minute words. Yes, those are my last minute words. Lead with kindness and take care of yourselves. And happy Mental Health Awareness Month. Love you.